Everyone wants more money, but most of us weren't taught how to create an abundant life. That's where the More Money Show comes in. If you're ready to have more money, create more freedom, and experience more fun, turn the volume up. It's time to learn how to create the prosperity and life you have been dreaming of. Here's your host, Cassie Parks.
Hello and welcome to the More Money Show. I'm your host, Cassie Parks, and I'm super excited to be talking to Rebekah Zink today. We are already having so much fun. Welcome, Rebekah.
Hi, Cassie. Thanks.
Hi. So Rebekah's been in the Enchanted Circle for 111 days, which is so cool. I just have to say that number. And so what's awesome right now? Let's start there.
So I actually just realized when you said 111 days, I got 2 11 wishes out of it.
Yeah.
Because 1, and then the middle one and the last one. So
yes.
That's kind of excited. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then also I'm just, my last day of work at a full-time job is on Friday. So, 4 p.m. I'm out. I'm doing my own thing. So that's been an exciting countdown for a bit.
That is awesome. So for those of you listening, that's 2 days from the time that we are recording this interview. Rebekah is walking out of corporate job life.
Sauntering.
Yes, right. Sauntering, right? Yes. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have a video camera because it's going to look amazing.
I'm going to have my interns take pictures.
Yes.
I already told my boss, Friday is my day.
I love it.
2 years, I'm gone.
I love it. That is awesome. So I know you have some cool, at least you have a few stories about living as if to make this transition, which is huge. And people often wonder well, how do I live as if I still have a corporate job, right? And I did things like this. So I was super excited to hear some of the things that you shared. So will you definitely share us about your breakfast?
Yes. Okay. So my breakfast, I used to not eat breakfast, and then I was I really need to eat breakfast. But because I leave so early in the morning, I was well, I can't make food in the apartment because of my roommates. Mm-hmm. So I food prep for the week, and I food prep breakfast, and I bring it to work. When I do that, I get to work super early, but then that gives me time to eat my breakfast in peace while I'm reading a book. And usually that book is for a client, which is exactly what I would be doing if I were working from home, is reading a client's book, taking my time eating my breakfast with my coffee. So that's probably the biggest one. And I've been doing it for about 6 months. Yeah, I know. And it's I didn't really realize how much that impacted where I'm putting my energy for the rest of the day. Because I get to start out, reading a client's book, and then I'm all excited and I get, into work and I'm oh, you know what? Oh yes, I have to email so-and-so and let me check in on this project. And I really do feel it refocused how I went about my day in terms of where I was putting that energy.
Oh, I thoroughly believe that, because tell us about your amazing business, what you're stepping away from your corporate job to do.
So my business is Rebekah Zink Media. So it's just my first and last name with media after. Nice and simple.
Right.
Yeah. And we focus mainly on authors and branding.
Mm-hmm.
So we do provide a whole slew of e-marketing services and editing, but our main focus is making sure that the foundation of your house is solid so we can build the rest of the house. And that is branding, what story you're telling, what you want your audience to take away from, what you're putting out there, what message, that whole thing. So we do everything from editing to graphic design to advertising and press releases, and the whole works.
I love that. So, and I love that you explained that, because now everybody can understand, yes, you're reading a client's book while eating breakfast, and that's what you would be doing. And I just love it, because everybody's I'll get the thing, well, I don't know how at a corporate job, or I can't. And it's just those little moments, right?
It really is. Even things like lunch, a lot of people are oh, I need to finish this up. I need to do this. My lunch time every day is at 1:00. And that is, I put my foot down on that. This is my lunchtime. I get 1 hour. Do not talk to me. I schedule client meetings during that time, or I do work for a freelance media company as well. And so I've scheduled all of their team meetings during my lunchtime. So it's it is a little difficult because I don't get that break in the day that I would like.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, it is a break because I'm working on something I want to work on.
Right.
And I get to step away from that corporate life to do what I'm passionate about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To be
So
doing
it's
what.
worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are some sacrifices, but it's worth it.
Yes, I love that. Awesome. What do you think is the biggest thing at this point, like mindset shift or aha being in the Enchanted Circle has brought as you've come this journey, like for leaving your job?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked this because I had other like things happen in life or like this week where it was like I really was able to channel what I've learned.
That's
and it was
awesome.
I know. Like as it was happening, I realized like, oh, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
I just like, so I think the biggest thing that I've noticed right now, in this journey, is just the ability to like, not overthink.
Yeah.
Just like, let it go. It's gonna work out the way it's supposed to work out. Like, everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's a huge thing for me. I like get anxious really easily and I stress out and I overthink, and I've really learned in the past probably like 2 or 3 months to just kind of let it go.
Yes.
And I've had several cases this past week. Like I really do feel like the universe has been testing me because they've been throwing things at me, and I'm just like, whatever. Like let me just like brush my shoulders off.
Right?
Yeah. And so it's just been I'll just like it'll hit me like it just doesn't matter. Like it'll be fine. If this isn't gonna work out, something else will. And so like, that's been a huge, huge, huge lesson that I think I'm finally learning.
Yes.
So
I love that. Yeah. And how has that made it easier to step into your own business and leave your corporate job and handle like both, because you've gotten really busy in your business
right
now.
I'm working probably at least 60 hours a week, if not closer to 70.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for a few weeks now at this point. But it's really just like, it's just that stress management, it's like, it's going to get done. It's going to get done. And, if people are expecting things from me and something has happened, like I lost my Wi-Fi for 3 days, I can't work at home. I tell them that, and it's like, I don't know what you want me to do, so I'm not going to worry about it. Like, I'll get to it and we'll figure it out. Like,
right?
There's nothing I can do. And just in general, just like, like I'm waiting to hear back on some clients that I'm going to be signing.
Yes.
But I've been waiting to hear back from them for about 2 weeks now.
Uh-huh.
And like, I'm just not worried about it. Like, yes, I'm losing my full-time job and like health benefits and the whole 9 yards. And I haven't signed on these clients that I had fully expected to sign on at this point. And I'm just not worried about it. Like I'm going to sign them.
Right.
And I'm just not meant to sign them today. And so it really has just helped me like be able to take that confidence that I learned in like the first, few months of being a part of the Enchanted Circle, and like just really moving forward with that confidence and not as much of that fear.
I love that.
I know, me too. Every time it hits me, I get so excited.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to most?
Besides sleep, because that would be nice. It sounds really silly, but I'm really excited to not have to drag my food everywhere every day and have to worry about, like, the other day, balsamic from my salad leaked out of my container and was running down my leg, like out of the subway going to work. I get to work and I'm like, what is on my leg? Oh my God, it's balsamic. I smell like vinegar right now. So I'm like, that's probably, as silly as it sounds, like the most excited thing that I'm most excited about. But in terms of like work, I'm really excited to really focus on my clients.
Mhm.
because, my mom's an author. And so like I've seen both sides of the traditional publishing world and the indie pub world. And they're very similar, and authors are really tasked with a lot that they shouldn't be tasked with.
Yeah.
Their job is to write, and they're now having to worry about all this other stuff. And like, I love people. I love my clients. And so, like every chance I get to help them out, like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it, things like that. I'm really excited to be able to really like buckle down and focus on them wholeheartedly instead of having to split my time between these two things.
Absolutely. Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How did you come to create this business? Like, why is this your thing?
I really do think it's my thing because I care so much.
Yeah.
My mom is an author, so I've been in the industry for about 9 years at this point. I started off as her assistant, just like doing the little things, the like office type work. And then, she had author friends who needed little things that a 15-year-old could do. And so I started doing them. And then I taught myself Photoshop. So that was another skill I could add on to things, is graphic design. And then when I got to school, to college, it was like, you know what? I was a classically trained figure artist and decided to change my major so I could graduate early, and I fell into public relations, and I actually loved it because even though it's just communication, you're like problem solving all the time.
Right.
And to be quite honest, I don't do very well with authority. I do not like being told what to do, and to have all of my work going to someone else's like, oh, I'm working for you.
Yes.
And so it just seemed, I went to this really inspirational book conference in 2016, and I had been doing all of these like public relations services and graphic design services for years. I've been a graphic designer for 9 years. I've been in the publishing industry for 9 years. I've had my degree for however long. And I was just like, after this inspiring thing, I was just like, no, like I need to do this. Like I need to actually help these people and take everything I know because of my large skill set and put it to good use. And so, yeah, I was working a different desk job when I started my company officially, then moved into this better desk job. And now I'm moving into my own desk job.
Yay. So exciting. Right? Yeah.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, I love it. Any other mindset shifts that have happened that have really set you up for success as you get ready? I love the term walk out the door. Like, do you walk out that door? Because it's so, I mean, I've been there, right? And it's just like, it's so great the last time when you're like, yep, I'm not coming back. Like it's, yeah.
Well, and that's the crazy thing when I was talking to HR, that because we help run this huge festival every year.
Mm-hmm.
Film festival. And so when I was leaving, HR was like, we really want you to come back and work on this like super prestigious department thing. And we really want you to come back seasonally and work on this thing. So like, I'll be back. I also just love my interns. Like they're my favorite people in the whole world. And I was like, awesome. I'm going to come visit and bring you donuts. Like, don't worry.
That's awesome. I love it.
So I'll be back. I know I'm going to be back, but I think I'm like just really excited to be back as the person that I'm meant to be.
Yes.
And not the person that I've been forced to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I guess like the whole mindset change, one of the ones that like has really helped me, and it does go along with the whole confidence thing, but it's just really like really learning who I am and being able to embody that. Mm-hmm. And so it's just been really interesting, even in the way that I've been interacting with some of these people for 2 years now. And the way that I'm interacting with them now is very different from how I was interacting with them a month ago or 6 months ago, or, heaven forbid, a year ago.
Yes.
So it's just really exciting to see my own growth and know that like, I just feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like I feel more fulfilled and more confident and less anxious and just more, just like, this is it. This is right.
Yes. That's amazing.
Like,
it's so fun. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do to celebrate when you're like Friday?
I'm so so glad you asked because I've been planning this. So I've been planning on leaving my job for, I mean, not since I've been there, but about since I've been there. I actually had looked for a new job about 3 months after I started that one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to stick through this. The universe wants me to learn this lesson, so I'm going to learn it. And I did learn it.
Good job.
Thank you. But I made the real decision, like, okay, May 1st, like, this is what's happening. I made that decision in February.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I've been planning this for a while. And so I've decided on Friday, I got a house sitting gig. So it's me and this dog in this super nice apartment. And
Awesome.
I decided I'm going to buy myself one of those store-bought, like, chocolate cakes.
Yes.
And I have leftover birthday candles. So I'm a huge wish person. I wish on everything. Like, if there's a chance to make a wish, I'm making that wish. So I'm buying myself some ice cream, which is my favorite food. I'm buying myself one of these cakes, and I'm going to light the candles and make as many wishes as I want. No holds barred.
That is amazing.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
I've been excited about this for like months.
Yes.
So that's my big Friday plan.
That's fabulous. And it sort of just happened, right? That you got this house sitting gig and this amazing.
Yeah, it's like
apartment
actually like
on
$1 million 3-bedroom apartment on the Upper West Side with a dog and a cat, which is what I want. So it's like I get to extra live my life as if.
Yes.
With my beautiful full apartment and AC I don't have to worry about paying for. My chocolate cake with all my wishes and yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
So perfect. I'm so excited.
I love it. Yay. Yeah. Cool. We're kind of wrapping up what I have today, but I do want you to tell, because I know there's a lot of authors that listen to this show. So tell them, like, what do they need to know, or how do they know if they should contact you? Like, what is the thing going on in their head that they should, like, if they're asking certain questions, that they should be contacting you?
Probably the biggest question that if any author is asking themselves right now, if you're asking yourself this, you should probably contact me, because if you're thinking, what else can I do?
Yeah. It's
not necessarily what more, but how can you reallocate your energy to what would work best for you? Because everyone's different. Everyone has a different following. Everyone has a different message. And it's not about having the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, the newsletter, the podcast, the live video. It's not necessarily about having every single thing. It's about having that one or two things that you do really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to refocus. That's what I'm
Yes. And awesome. I was just about to ask. So you
refocus.
An author who has like all of those and are trying to do all that, and you help them focus on the ones that are right for them, right? Because I'm guessing genre, like there's certain things that make one of those better than the other, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So we refocus based on what your genre is, what you want to like see happen. Like, you know, I really want to reach people or whatever that is. And then what we do is we create a tailored, you know, brand campaign, the whole thing, to make sure that we can work smarter and not harder.
That's awesome. And I'm assuming in this process, you help authors make more money. Yes.
I mean, I'd like to think so. Based off my previous experience, that's what's happened. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, do you want to share like a little bit about like that potential? Like if an author's listening and they're like, because I think this is, and you can speak more to this than me, but I kind of knew going in to write my books, like why I was writing them. And I didn't anticipate making a lot of money from writing my books, but I wrote them for different reasons, right? To more introduce me to more clients and make money from clients and growing my business and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people think I'm going to write this book, either fiction or nonfiction. Do you do both?
Yes.
Or mostly fiction?
Mostly fiction, but I have done like consulting calls and stuff with nonfiction authors.
Yeah. So tell us, like, how do most fiction authors make, because I know people are going to wonder, like, how do they make money? And if they've written this amazing book that is like their love, like they love, but it's not making money, like what are options, or like what is the potential, I guess?
Okay. So there are two things that if you write fiction, and for really any author, but you cannot skimp on editing and your cover.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but first impressions, people do judge books by a cover. And if you don't have a good cover, you don't have a good cover. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have a good cover, and it
Yeah.
doesn't fit with your brand.
Mhm.
Whatever your brand ends up being, because that's something we do, is like, let's scrap this and build you back up.
Mhm.
I'm like, got a million things going on. I'm trying to think of what the question was.
Oh, it was, what's the potential for fiction authors to make money? Like,
Okay. So it's always changing.
Mhm.
A year ago it was all about the Facebook ads. Right now places like BookBub and Goodreads, they're pushing their ads, but as someone in the business, we haven't seen very much, we haven't seen very high ROIs on that.
Mhm.
So we're really trying to focus more on your own like, what do you own?
Right.
And so, anything that you can make yours, like newsletters. I have some clients who have a 10,000 list for newsletters. So like, let's really hone in on that, because that's 10,000 people you're reaching.
Right.
So depending on how much money you have, things like Facebook ads do work.
Mhm.
Typically the amount of money that you put in, you see about 4 times the return.
It's amazing.
It is, but it does depend on how you're doing it. I have a lot of authors who, I hate to say, aren't doing it right, but they're not testing different graphics, or their targeting's off, or, things like that. And that's something we go in every day to just like see the numbers. And we don't even really we don't test based off of the Facebook numbers.
Uh-huh.
We test based off your sales.
It's
So if we
important.
change something in the ad and your sales go up, we know that we did something right.
Right.
If they go down, then we're like, let's go back to what we did and try something else until we can get this, really, really good. So I have my own metrics on if, the cost per click is a certain amount. That's too high for me.
Yeah.
And like, it's just unacceptable. I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I just work on the stuff until it's done. Typically I'm paid via a retainer hourly rate. So a certain number of hours per month, but I have gone over that to make sure that you as the client are getting what you want and what you're paying for, and really what you deserve. Because you should be writing. You shouldn't have to be worrying about if your Facebook ad is working, and if, should I change the image? What about adding this text? Or, is my newsletter going out? Oh my God, I don't have content. You shouldn't be worrying about that. That's for me to worry about.
Yes.
So, just really finding that thing that you're good at and focusing on that.
I love it.
That's the best.
That's awesome. And I love, because this actually came up on a coaching call. Like, I love how much you're owning that you take care of your authors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on this whole new level. Like, I've heard. Yeah.
Like my mom's an author. Like, she's been an author since I think like 2008.
Yeah.
So like, I've seen it. And I've seen it traditionally, and I've seen it independently, and it's the same across the board. And like, I just have a special, you guys are changing lives.
Yes.
Not everyone can say that. And that's, like, books saved me growing up, and they've saved a lot of people. And so like, authors deserve more credit than they get, and they deserve more outreach, and they deserve more ease, and they deserve more time to do what they love. So I just really love authors.
I love it. I love it. It's so awesome. Any final thoughts? I'm super excited for our next interview as you step fully into, I know, your business. It's going to be amazing. But any kind of final thoughts this time?
Not really. Just trying to like get to Friday, get to my cake, get to my wishes, my celebratory wishes. I'm just really happy. And I'm not someone who likes the word happy. I think it's a bit overrated and not something that lasts. I'm more of a content, like, let me be content, because that's stable happiness. But like, I'm maintain being content. It's not to maintain being happy, but I'm really, really happy. So
Good. I love it. Well, tell everybody one more time how they can connect with you if there's an author listening who's like, I need to connect with her.
Awesome. That would be amazing. Even to just say hi.
Love it.
Let's have more friends.
Yes.
You can find me at Rebekah Zink Media. That's pretty much my handle on everything. And it's REB as in boy, EK as in Catherine, AH as in house, Zink, Z as in zebra, IN as in Nancy, K as in Catherine, Media. And I'm on all the social networks, and I do respond to my email faster than Facebook Messenger, so please do not Facebook Messenger.
I love it, right?
Ask take a couple days.
I know.
But yeah, I'd love to hear from anyone. I love people.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you everyone for listening, and have a fabulous rest of your week. Make sure you check in next time to see what's going on with Rebekah.
Thank you for joining us on The More Money Show. To learn more about enrolling in the Enchanted Circle, go to cassieparks.com.